Hey everybody, this is Redditosker. Today we're going to be talking about this hood. This is a nitpick video. The entirety of the video is going to be spent rambling and talking about pretty much this hood. So I just want you to know that this is what you're here for if you decide to stick around. I cannot be blamed for wasting your time. You are wasting your own time by choosing to be here. If you keep watching past this point, I'm going to assume it's because you want to know why this hood is the worst part of this game so far. Alright, first let me put the context. When I play Breath of the Wild, when I play a lot of video games, I like to look like the default character. I like to look like the character from the promotional material. And in Breath of the Wild, Link does in fact have a default look. In the memory cutscenes, he's wearing the champion's garb and the Hylian trousers. In some commercials and promotional materials, he's also wearing the Hylian hood on top of that. Link even has a default horse. You can see him in the memory cutscenes, and he's also present in some of the promotional material. Link's horse exists in-game and can be caught, and he'll even appear in the final battle against Ganon if you haven't caught any other horses, which further cements his position as Link's default steed. In playing, I'll go to great lengths to not stop looking like Link. For the horse, I'll also get the Traveler's bridle and saddle, which is also what he wears in the promotional material. And for Link himself, I'll rarely have him take off those armor pieces. In climates with hazardous weather conditions, I'd rather just engage more with the cooking mechanic and make Link a bunch of elixirs and foods to mitigate the environmental effects, or if I'm running short, he's just going to have to deal with it. I'd rather Link be cold than unfashionable. Now, as I mentioned on a wishlist video before Tears of the Kingdom's release, there was only one problem with this outfit, and that was the Hylian hood. The Hylian hood was up in all situations. There wasn't any way to put the hood down. And that was great for situations in which you're in a snowy environment, or it's raining, or it's thundering. It's very atmospheric, it's very nice. But in nearly all other situations, it looks bad. I don't like Link having the hood up all the time. But I also didn't just want to take it off. The hood is part of Link's iconic gear. The solution would be to have him still wearing the hood, but be able to put it down. And it seemed like Nintendo agreed with me. They also thought that the hood was essential to Link's iconic look, because in the trailers to Tears of the Kingdom, that's exactly what they did. They had Link wearing the Hylian hood and the Hylian trousers and the new champion's garb, but the hood was down. And in other material, you could see that Link also had the hood being up. This meant that there were situations in which the hood could be made to be up, and situations in which the hood could be made to be down. Which is exactly what I wanted, exactly what I always dreamed about. And Link with the hood down looks fantastic. He looks better than how I envisioned him. So I should be happy. I got everything I wanted. Link looks great with his hood down, and there's even an option to put the hood back up. The problem is how they decided to implement putting the hood up and down. In my video when I was talking about this before the game released, I speculated on a couple of ways in which Nintendo might go about letting you change your hood settings, and maybe the settings for other head pieces. I thought maybe it would be contextual. When it's raining or windy or snowing, Link might automatically put the hood up without any player input, and then put the hood back down himself when it's sunny and nice. I realize that's a little advanced and not typically what Nintendo would do, but that would have been optimal for me. That's what I would have preferred the most. Slightly less optimal, but still really good, would have been if there was a button you could press to put the hood up and down. I thought maybe even other headpieces might have that same function, and a lot of different headpieces would have abilities that would let you on the fly alter how Link wears those headpieces. So for example, the Goron Flamebreaker armor might let Link open up that little window, showing off more of his face. The Gerudo armor might have him take off the hairband to let his hair down, something like that. My reasoning was there was no way that the Hylian hood would have a special function to let you put the hood down, but no other headpiece in the game would. That seemed very unlikely to me. Now, the most likely solution to me seemed to be there would simply be an option to toggle the hood up and down in the menu. You would go to the options menu, or you would go to the item itself and toggle whether the hood was up or down. It was an inelegant solution. It's not exactly my preference. It would take me out of the game too much to go in just to toggle the hood up when I wanted it up and down when I wanted it down. But it was fine. It was an okay solution. I absolutely would have taken it. And finally, the worst solution I could think of was that they would just simply be two different armor pieces. You just have to upgrade two different hoods, because they'd be different items, and alternate between them depending on whether you wanted the hood up or down. I thought that was a lazy solution. I was sure they wouldn't do something like that, but I acknowledged it as a possibility. Little did I know, however, that Nintendo had decided to implement a much worse solution to the hood problem. Here's what they did. In order to put the hood down, you have to go to Hateno Village and complete the big Hateno Village questline, the one involving the mayoral race. This questline involves quests for several people. It's among the chunkier village questlines. After you're done with these questlines, you need to talk to fashion designer Cece, and if you happen to be wearing the Hylian hood when you talk to her, she will give her expert fashionista advice that you may want to put the hood down. And if you follow her advice, the hood goes down. This means that Link, canonically, has such a poor sense of fashion, such bad taste, such a lack of imagination, that he can't even think of putting the hood down without it being a recommendation from a fashion designer. The idea is mind-blowing and revelatory for him. And apparently, he has the attention span of a restless cricket. Because after putting the hood down, you can't just put it back up on your own. No. You need to go back to Cece and have her remind you that you can put the hood back up and that maybe you should. No. You know, it's one thing. It's one thing to lock putting the hood down behind this quest line. That's one thing. But after completing these quests, Link should just have had the ability to put the hood up and down. There should have been an option, there should have been a toggle, there should have been a selection on the hood item itself that would allow you to put it up and down on your own. But no, that would have made too much sense. That would have been too convenient for Nintendo. No. Every single time you want to change whether the hood goes up and down, you have to return to Hateno Village and have Cece tell you to do it. Because apparently Link is an absolute buffoon that can't figure out how to do it without expert help. Now, there is a kind of solution. Well, there's not really a solution. There's a way to mitigate my frustration. You can buy another Hylian hood, and then choose not to modify the second one and keep it up. This allows you to have one of each and switch between them at any time. This does bring up the problem that you would have to upgrade them each independently, but the upgrade materials for the Hylian set is generally quite manageable. Nobody's going to have a problem getting access to those materials. And in this way, you can switch back and forth between them and pretend like you're putting the hood up and down. Even though you're not, you're taking the hood off and putting on a different hood that happens to have the hood up. This is a decent solution to the problem, but what's funny is, having two separate items, one with the hood up and one with the hood down, was the worst, least elegant solution I could think of when I made my video talking about how Nintendo could address the hood issue. So you have to do extra work to even get the problem to that level. And you know what's even funnier? As far as I'm aware, this is the only item that is modifiable like this. No other item in the game can be put up and down. You can't slightly alter the appearance of any of the other headpieces that I have or armor that I have by going to Cece. It's just the Hylian hood. It's like Nintendo saw my video that I made before release and decided, you know what? Nah, let's mess with Ratatoskr specifically. Screw this guy in particular. Because I'm sure almost no one else is going to have as much of a problem with this as I do. Nobody else is going to care as much. Anyway, that's the end of this video. As always, thank you very much for watching. Actually, hang on. The Champion's Garb and the Hylian hood and the Hylian trousers should have a set bonus. It should have a set bonus. Nintendo, you gotta give it a set bonus. I don't even care what the set bonus is. I'm not asking for anything game-breaking. Clearly, Nintendo agrees with me that this is a set. They keep putting Link in this outfit. They coded in a specific interaction just for the hood. They agree with me already. They should just go the extra mile and give it a special set bonus if you wear this garb with those head and leg pieces. Just do it, Nintendo. Okay, now that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching.